Dead Man Driving 15, 10, 16, and talking about nothing. I mean, I don't have any movies. Actually, I'm thinking of saving my voice because I know I'm going to tear it up later when I'm doing this other thing, so I have learned over a protracted period of time that I cannot speak for a long time without losing my voice. I've only got the physical stamina, even when I've got, plenty of rest and fluids and everything is, the right humidity and stuff around me. My voice still gets really scratchy and stuff, and I think it's just because I got allergies and asthma, maybe has something to do with it. So what do I really want to talk about? I'm kind of on a spiritual quest and have been for a long time. I stopped recording stuff a while ago partly because I sold my media player that I was using to... Actually, my microphone broke that I was using, so I sold it, and I also sold my previous media recorder, and then a long time ago, when this podcast was first starting out, I had a really crappy player, and that one was even worse at recording. Although the Sansa is the one that corrupted a lot of the files, so that's probably the worst one that I ever had. So I've made probably over 800 different recordings. I mean, I call them episodes, but it's really just separate recordings that I'm doing for stuff, because some of them are... Because I've had such a bad history with my recording equipment. Because they're just like these... Well, okay, my M2 voice recorder was my M2 Zoom voice recorder that I was using. That one just broke, and all of my other players previous have broken at some point. This is probably the first one that I've had consistently record stuff, although I'm recording this on an XT1019. That's the Moto E second generation. And by the way, it's Friday afternoon. And the thing is, like, if a text message comes in, it won't record. Like, it'll stop recording when that text message comes in. And I think it does that if I get a phone call too. It also does that if I toggle off of the camera in order to access maps. So I can really only do one thing with my phone at a time and hope that no messages come in. I should probably turn the volume on my phone so I'll actually get notifications for when I'm getting text messages, so I'll know when it stops recording. There is this one app on my phone that'll keep recording no matter what, but it's not a camera app. It's actually released by Sony, and it's, I forget what it's called. I think it's just something recorder. I'm going to be talking about the Song of Bernadette next, and pretty much everything I'm going to say about it is going to be bad. I haven't found any redeeming qualities in the movie so far. Not really in any area whatsoever. I mean, I guess maybe the image quality is okay. It's not as bad as The Southerner. But I haven't finished watching it, and I like to reserve judgment until I've finished watching something. So I don't really want to talk about movies right now. So for the remaining 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about something other than movies. Maybe I'm going to talk about nothing because I can't think of anything to say. I'm feeling pretty good right now because it's Friday afternoon and I don't have to work on Saturdays, which is very frequently a thing that I have to do. I think the last time where I was really doing recording that had to do with stuff other than movies was probably 2000, maybe late 2013, early 2014, but it was probably back further than that, probably early 2013. And since then I've pretty much been doing nothing but movie reviews when I am recording. And it's just I haven't had the equipment to record stuff. Sheesh, dude. Goodness. What's that guy thinking? Times like these where I wish I had my camera propped up on the on this thing, on my sun visor. Okay, what you missed was I've got my turn signal on and I'm actually in the middle of changing lanes, and in the middle of doing that, this guy starts to get over, like, right where I am, not like behind me or in front of me, but like right next to me. So then I was like swerving back to keep him from hitting me. It was crazy. I did that without a turn signal or anything. And then he did the same thing with the car in front of him. Well, that got my sitting heart rate up. Okay, so way back then I was talking about, probably off and on, I was talking about different topics relating to theology. truck that I left off on and pretty much gave up on for a while. Well, I didn't really give it up so much as it's just other stuff took its place. Because I pretty much got the answer that I thought I was going to get. And it's just a lot of stuff has come up since then in my life. I've had a lot of stuff going on with my health and just a lot of different stressors, having to do with vehicles and my brother's death and where I am in my head, and trying to get stuff ready to move, which I've been doing for years. Trying to get stuff backed up and out of the basement, and doing notary stuff. I mean, I think probably the notary stuff was just not something that was really worth the effort, but I had to know, that it wasn't going to work, because for a while it did work, but it really only worked well for about 1 year, and that was before the refinance stuff stopped. I mean, that wasn't really why it wasn't working out. It was just profit margin stuff wasn't good enough. I actually stop talking when I get to a stoplight and then start going once I get going again. I guess it's because I'm trying to concentrate on whether or not the light's green, because that takes a lot of mental energy. It's just, I've been busy with a bunch of stuff, but the point that I left off on, which, I mean, I guess I'm kind of grasping for consistency. You would not really be that surprised at how many of these cars or these trucks I see. It's like they're usually flooring it and passing in front of me without using a turn signal, and doing really risky stuff, or riding right behind me. And they're lifted trucks, and a lot of them are like, will either have a turbocharger or, big enough engine that they can do that kind of stuff. But most of these trucks that I'm seeing end up having dents all over them, so I'm like, that kind of style of driving, I mean, having been in a collision that I caused myself, where you're really aggressive with people, not exactly the best for keeping your car intact. Plus, those are really expensive trucks, so it's like, I just feel the need to push as much as they can to try to justify that huge cost. And usually they don't even have anything in the truck bed that I can see. So it's like maybe they're just chronically running late because they're busy shooting the breeze with good old boys. Okay, so the theological topic that I left off on was whoin lies the blame for original sin of man? And this is a question that I've asked other people since then on Facebook. I've asked my Christian friends, I've asked my heathen atheist anarchist friends no, they're not really heathen, they're anarchists who purport to be Christian, or Christians who purport to be anarchists, but really the two are incompatible. But that's a different topic from what I'm about to say. My conclusion is that I have ended up finding out that I'm a distheist and really always have been. Since before I was baptized. Okay, so I gotta go get pizza.